it's time to dish with D. That's me. Thank you for clicking on this video. I just realized I didn't have an intro. We're going to have a few recipes using light bread. I have some bread to use up. I was doing a vlog and I thought, why not just like film some more recipes using this bread? So that's what we did. So that's why it's a little bit disjointed, but you should be able to get the picture. First recipe is going to be stuffed French toast. I don't show you me making the French toast because we all know how to make French toast. An egg, a little bit of milk, a little bit of sweetener, slash of vanilla, make dunk, 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 cook your bread up. I did that. You didn't see it because I felt like we all know how to make French toast. And I kept it warm in my toaster oven while I made the filling. So that's where we're going to start off with. So let's roll that footage. Our French toast is warm in the oven, warming or staying warm. We're going to make our filling, like I told you I would. Half a cup of non-fat Greek plain yogurt. You could use vanilla if you don't like plain, but any yogurt, choose yogurt. Like I said, you decide how much you want to use. So I'm going to get, that's not my teaspoon. I can't find my teaspoon anymore. It's like being stolen from me. Got this one. All right. Teaspoon of, where's the box to show you? Sugar-free, banana cream, instant pudding. I'm going to put our new cutting boards down. And get a nice teaspoon. Now, like I said, if you want it thicker than this is going to make it, then you could always add more. But this really does. Look at this, it's thick already. This is the best. It's going to be a banana cream filling. Now you can use extra skinny syrup, but it's not going to give it that thickness that the pudding mix does. See how like thick and whipped it looks? That's all from your pudding mix. I think it's a Weight Watchers girl's best friend. Has to be sugar-free pudding, at least in my opinion. So we got our fruit. I had to defrost the fruit because I forgot all about my fruit idea, but it's in there. So we got our filling, we have our fruit, and let's grab our French toast. Our 2 slices of light French toast. Remember I told you earlier that I had to use up this 647 of bread I had in the freezer? Yep, I found in there, it's pretty old. Because I haven't had 647 in a year, so it's got to be like 2 years old. But honestly, it was still fresh, so what the heck. This one is the multigrain one, so this is multigrain French toast. Each piece, I believe, is 40 calories. I still believe there's still 1 point. So it'd be a 2 point. I will double check before I will scan it for the end of this video. But there you go. Yeah, like I said, you could stuff it, you could top it, you can do whatever you want your French toast. But look at that. I mean, if you're paying points for cream cheese and you're silly, this is a little bit better. And guess what? Full of protein. This is a protein French toast. Look at that. So we're going to do that. Just grab our fruit. I have peaches, pineapples, and mangoes. Look at that. If you have a little bit of coconut flakes, you could put that on here. I think I'm not a coconut lover, but I understand people are. So we'll do that. We will stagger our other piece French toast because it's gonna be pretty. We eat with our eyes. Now, if you wanted to put syrup on here, you could, but honestly, this is plenty decadent enough for me. But like I said, you could put a little maple syrup on there, warm it up. Even your sugar-free maple syrup that you use your pancake syrup, warm it up. It makes a difference. It really does. We'll look at that bowl later. Look at that. And the rest of our fruit. Look at that. I see that nice big peach for a smile. There we go. Stuffed French toast. Minimal points. Maximum flavor. Protein. Absolutely. You could use cottage cheese in place of the yogurt if you choose. It would work. Like I said, best Weight Watcher friend, healthy lifestyle is your sugar-free Jell-O pudding mix. Instant, not cooked. Oh my gosh. This one's, I can't get this one locally or the lemon. A few of my lovelies have sent me them, so I'm so grateful for them because I didn't know this existed. So that is our brunch for today. I know, you're jelly. I don't blame you. And the brunch is 3 points. 1 slice is 1 and 2 slices are 2. Wait, watch your math. They used to be 1 point singly, but when the algorithm changed, the 647 went up to 2 points, 2 slices for 3 points, which is still a bargain. But I needed to use this up, had it in the freezer, and I can't wait to dig into this. Protein French toast with some fruit. It's a nice balanced lunch. Well, in my opinion anyway. I'm so behind today. So behind. It's 1:27 and I'm just getting to eat. I got that latte because, but there are people out there that would starve rather than go in Dunkin'. To each their own, I say. All the tropical vibes you want. Like I said, you can sprinkle some coconut on there. You could put some coconut extract in your French toast batter. If you have the coconut skinny syrup, you absolutely can. Look at that. Yeah, I'm gonna take this one off camera. So I'll be back with something. How about hello, time for another recipe using light bread. Since we have to use up this bread, I thought we would do another recipe together. Maybe make this a little compilation video. Who knows if I come up with any more. I have 2. So what you'll need is light bread. Excuse me. Any light bread, your choice. I'm using 647. I'm using multigrain because that's what I have. And it works in this. We're going to use French toast. So we're going to use a little mini loaf pan. You get these at the Dollar Tree. Or try like thrift stores, Goodwill, yard sales. They're always there. So don't fret, they're always somewhere to have them. Chai inspired. I was going to do matcha or chai. I wanted to do a tea inspired. I almost went with chai, but I thought maybe we'll do chai tomorrow. But we're going to do a matcha. No, we're doing a chai today. Tomorrow we may do a matcha because I have a chai bag sitting right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to use a chai tea bag. And I'm using the Trader Joe's spiced chai. Could you use chai spices? Sure you could. Do we all have chai spices around? No, but I bet you might have a chai tea bag. So that's what I'm banking on. So we're going to grab our almond milk. Almond milk. Now we're going to heat this tea bag in the microwave to get some flavor out of it to make a little chai base. I get chai and matcha confused. Did you notice that? They're my 2 favorite hot teas. So 2 favorite teas, so I get them confused a lot. So if I say chai or matcha by mistake, you'll know why. So we'll do 2 tablespoons of milk, and Bailey's looking for bones, as always. This is going to go into our mixture. So I'm going to put this in here. We're going to heat it on low in the microwave just to get this milk just warm and getting those chai spices infused. So I'd say about, we'll see, I don't know. Let's try 25. Let's see how that goes. While that is doing that's its thing, we're going to chop our bread, get that ready, get our egg mixture and our sweetener, and all that fun stuff. So, again, it's a French toast bake. You can adapt this to whatever you have on hand. Got 2 slices of bread. And we're only going to have to count the bread. So if you're a Weight Watchers person, it's only 2 points. If you're a calorie person, you have to count everything. So, you do you, boo, and let's see how that works out. Okay. All right. Oh, that was good. I'm going to show you my milk. Look at that. Do you see how it's already infused? And it smells amazing. So I'm going to put this in the fridge to cool off because we don't want to add hot milk to our eggs because they will then scramble. Actually, I probably put it over my bread. Let that absorb, but we're going to cool it down a little bit. Let that is just going to get more and more potent the more it sits. So we're going to put that in the fridge. And let's get started cutting our bread. I need a knife. I don't know how many knives available, so we'll use this little one. It doesn't have to be perfect because remember, it's all going to get baked together. And if you have, like, this bread has been in the freezer a little too long, so it's a little bit like hard on the edges. Perfect for French toast. You're not going to know the difference. So we have that to the side. Grab our bowl. And we're going to grab our eggs and our other ingredients. Get our 2 eggs. Now you could make half and just do 1 egg and 1 piece of bread if you think this is too much. I've done that in the past. I will tell you, I don't like it microwaved anymore. I just don't like the texture, so I tend to bake it all the time now, because as the hungry girl did the French toast in a mug thing, and I was doing that for a while. I think we all were, and I just honestly don't like it. Don't like the texture. So unless I can make this the night before, just heat it up. Okay, we have our eggs. Let's put our salt, just a couple shakes. And our sweetener, I'm using brown sugar from Truvia. I'm gonna do a, come on. Ugh. Oh, this does stick together like brown sugar too. 1 tablespoon and a half a tablespoon. And a little bit of baking powder. I don't know why I have that in the recipe. I'm not sure. Does baking powder need to go in a French toast bake? But we'll put our half a teaspoon in. I don't know. I think one of my old recipes is to see what I did. I'm like going, why did I do that? And I'm like, I don't know. Why'd you do it? I don't know. It's been a while since I made one of these, obviously. Break up that brown sugar. God, this clump's just like real brown sugar, which is a good thing. But it will bake definitely in the spatula. Where's my cute fun spatula? No, not that one, this one. Okay. Okay, get rid of that. Put a little vanilla extract, because my favorite is vanilla chai, if you don't know. So yeah, I want a nice little teaspoon of vanilla extract. And this is my homemade vanilla that I made a couple years ago. I'm just getting through it because I only use it for special occasions now. I feel like maybe we'll make it again on a vlog. All right, maybe we'll do a little cinnamon, because I know that cinnamon is in chai, and cinnamon and chai go really well together, as do cinnamon and matcha. Just a half a teaspoon, maybe a 1/4 teaspoon. Do you notice your cinnamon always sits on the top when you add it to things? I don't know. Okay. We're going to add our bread just before we add our milk, because I don't want it to scramble the eggs. All right. Let's see. You're perfect. Going to squeeze out all this lovely juice. Okay. We might need to add more milk, we'll see. But right now, this is going to be our chai. I do a chai skinny syrup, which I might. It would be great to put that in here as well. Just give it a mix. Now, all the other recipes I have applesauce, and I'm not sure why I put applesauce in there, but I'm not putting it today. Not sure why I put applesauce in there. So it doesn't need it. It's certainly moist enough. Get it all mixed up. Again, fresh doesn't have to be complicated. Basic ingredients. Put it together as quick as you can. I'm going to preheat my oven to 400 and grab and prepare my pan. All right, you just use a non-stick spray. I'm using the non-stick ghee. Alrighty, we're just gonna plop this right in there and get all that juice out, because that's all some flavor town. Now, I don't remember how long this is supposed to bake. I gotta look back at the recipe, but I will definitely let you know when we come back how long she baked. I'm gonna say at least 20 minutes. I'll let you know. All right, there she is out of the oven. She baked for 20 minutes. It was 20 minutes. So look at that. Smells amazing. Amazing. So what I also am going to do, I'm going to take 2 tablespoons of my sugar-free syrup. I'm going to put it in a little bowl. I'm going to microwave it, because let me tell you something. Hot syrup is all that in a bag of chips. You can eat it right out of the container if you wanted. why not? But we're going to try to unmold her. All right, I always get my a knife and I just go around the edges and loosen her a bit. Sometimes they stick, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes they do. Sometimes they don't. They're very hot. You can let her cool for a couple of minutes if you wanted. You know, I'm hungry. I don't want to wait. So I got places to go, people to see. So I'm going to loosen her as best I can. Put my plate over top. And here comes the hard part because I have to have another pot holder. And just flip her down. Hopefully she came off. What are the odds? I don't know. I'm saying she's stuck. I'd be right. She needed a nudge with a spoon, but she did stick. Could be that ghee spray. I'm gonna be honest. Yes, it's better, but it don't help with the sticking process. So we'll flip her over. So now you won't even notice that she's stuck. She looks just stunning. I'm gonna heat up our syrup for about, oh, I'd say 15 seconds. I'm gonna scrape out the bottom because I am not wasting that. I'm gonna taste it just like that. Because the bottom is never the best part. But it's delicious. Ooh, definitely get that chai vibe. There you go. If you have chai tea bags, you can make a chai latte. Added milk. She's a chai latte is what she is. Now, if you wanted to, you could put a lot of you have those coffee creamers in there on top. Go for it. Only 1 tablespoon, and most times it's 0 points. So watch this. I mean, can you just look at that? This is how you eat on a healthy lifestyle. Yes, it's light bread. Yes, it's eggs. Yes, it's a tea bag. But look, when you put it all together, it spells delicious. So 2 points for this bad boy. No, 3 points, sorry. This bread used to be 1-1. So now it is 1-3. I have to remember that. So it is 3 points. But were you getting this for 3 points anywhere else? You're welcome. On to the next recipe. I forgot we didn't taste. A lot of you like when I taste, and I thank you for that. But I feel like tasting is so important because it could look good, but does it taste good? And sometimes you cannot fake that. It smells really good. That hint of chai pops right at the end. It's delicious. And there's caffeine in this. When we are a little latte, think about it. If there's caffeine in chai, I think that there is. I think there's caffeine in chai. I'll have to check out the box. But caffeine and deliciousness. So what are you waiting for? French toast bakes are the way to go. Like I said, grab yourself a loaf pan. Check out your Dollar Tree. Check out thrift stores, yard sales, Goodwill. They're always there. And it's one and done. I didn't make a pan of this where I have to go, oh, I want another little piece. No, pans don't work for me. This took me minimal time to make, and it's good. So I'm going to go enjoy my breakfast. So hopefully we'll have another recipe this week just to use up this bread and show you, like, we'll call it like 50 ways to leave your lover now. Like many ways to use light bread because, you know, there's many ways to use light bread, especially when you need to get rid of it. So I will see you in the next recipe. All right, another recipe using light bread. I thought it'd be fun to do this because I need to go through this loaf and why not share my ideas with you? We've had stuffed French toast. We've had a French toast bake. We're going to have the ever famous childhood favorite. I know what you're thinking. Say it with me. Egg in a nest. That was my childhood favorite. And this makes fantastic egg in a nest. Now again, use the light bread that's regional to you because some of these breads are regional. This one, the 647, is regional to the northeast part of the country. I know some of you get Sara Lee. There's 3 other different brands. If you go on net, if you're interested in 647, because this is, I will tell you, I've had Sara Lee. This is the best bread ever. Netrition.com does sell it. It's better than Amazon. Amazon's ridiculously expensive. Netrition is a little bit more affordable, and they have really great shipping policy. So yeah, but this is the multigrain. I mean, look at that bread. For 1 point, this has been in the freezer for like a year, so it freezes well. So you get your bread. You need a bread, and you need an incredible edible egg. So I'm going to show you how I make my hole. Now you can make your hole anyway. Sometimes I use a glass. You know, we have, I got them up here too. Like a little shot glass, you could do that. But I know not everybody has little glasses, so we're going to use a knife because I know y'all got a knife. So let's grab my knife and let me show you how you make a hole. I mean, obviously you don't make a hole, but you know, gotta fill the video, don't I? So you just, you know, create a circle. Now you can actually just even go like this. You don't even need the knife. You can just pull it, just pull gently and just make a nice little hole. Now, I used to throw this out as a kid. I don't know why. But now I saw somebody weird. I saw somebody do it on TV where they make, well, I'll tell you why. I always had my egg cooked in here. Now I'm a little bit more adventurous. At my older age, I had to have a little bit, what they call over easy or runny or dippy, whatever you want to call it. And they toast this on the side and they dip this in that. You're going to see what I mean in a half minute. All right, you get your pan, you put a half a teaspoon of light butter. You could use spray, but honestly, it's so worth the extra point or so for that butter, or that light butter. Put your toast in there. And we're going to let it toast on one side. Now, I'm sorry. We're going to put the egg in and then we flip it. It's been a hot minute since I've made this. But you see we have room over here for our extra piece of bread because we want to toast that. So we're going to put our egg right in the middle. Drizzle all that. Hear that sizzle? It means she's cooking. So we're going to let this cook until it's about, you know, cooked you can see through, and then we'll flip it over and then it will all cook on this side. But sometimes I like to grab like maybe a spoon, kind of spread, think of the egg yolk or egg white to go on this part of the bread. But once you flip it, it will definitely spread out. Now you could scramble the egg and just throw it on top as well if you don't like having that. So that's how I had it as a kid. You know, your girl didn't like runny eggs back then. So then we will just be back and we will flip her over because I can't flip with camera in my hand. And there we did the flip. And then talk to you, our little bread is toasted. So again, you cook this for as long as you like your yolk cooked. That's up to you. Back when I was a kid, that yolk was solid. But now, I live on the edge a little bit. Not gonna lie, I live on the edge. But that's how you make. And I'm telling you, this bread makes a fantastic egg in a nest. It's just absolutely fantastic. And this one slice for me is 1 point. 2 slices are 3 points of this bread. This used to be 1 for 1, 2 for 2, but yeah. I'm gonna let that cook up and I will show you my plate. All right, I just popped her out of the pan and she is definitely still a little liquidy. When you cut into her, there's the money shot. Yep. Now you could sit there and then you grab your toast, you dunk your toast, and you eat. So there you go. Easy 1 point breakfast. Something different. Sometimes you just need to change up. This is an old favorite of mine I haven't made in a really long time. I am revisiting some old things I haven't had in a long time, and this is one of them, and I can't wait to go enjoy it. All right, 2 more recipes using a light bread that I have fairly often here in my house. Well, I had it more when I ate light bread, but I have it as bread. But I think we may be going back to light bread. I feel like that was something I did old school, and we may go back to light bread. Well, we're going to make 2 pieces of toast. One's going to be an avocado toast. I'm going to see how good avocado toast this bread makes. And the second one's going to be a cottage Danish. You heard me. It's an old school Weight Watcher recipe. You make a Danish out of bread. Sounds weird, but it's delicious. It could be for breakfast, it could be for dessert. It's so low in points and just really delicious. So let's put our 2 slices of bread in the toaster and let's build these deliciousness. Let's make our toppings. In a bowl, I have 2 tablespoons of 1% cottage cheese. You can use any percent cottage cheese that you like. And then I'm going to put a teaspoon of, our toast is done, Truvia. I get in the regular grocery store. Let me grab that toast. I don't want to be overdone. The other one can sit down. This one I need to have down early. Okay. I always put a dash of salt in everything. Just a little. This is the, okay, I think, like, I'm doing 2 things at once. I'm like, what? I need some vanilla extract. Just, I should measure it because I don't want that much. Just about a 1/4 teaspoon. Just a little dash of cinnamon. Cinnamon's optional. Sometimes I use it, sometimes I don't. I'm in the mood, obviously. And you give it a mix. If you don't like curdy cottage cheese, you definitely could whip it in a food processor to make it smooth. You could also use ricotta cheese with this. Okay. We take our toast that has been lightly toasted. This one, you want lightly toasted. The avocado toast, I have it still sitting in the toaster oven, getting, you know, toastier. So we're just going to get this spoon and we're just going to press it down in the center, leaving a border. You see that? And we're going to fill it with our cheesecake. That's what's put our cheese filling. Leaving that border like that. And we're going to put it in to bake. It doesn't take long. You just want the cottage cheese to heat through. This will get crustier, but this will get ooey and gooey. I would say like 350 for like 4 or 5 minutes at best. You just have to watch it. Now, I'm going to sprinkle a little extra sweetener on top just to give it a little bit of a crust. You don't have to do that. Just a little. We might put some chocolate chips in there. What do you think about that? I think it'd be fantastic. A couple of lilies. I'm going to call this any points. Let's do a couple. So it's a cheese and almost a cannoli Danish. There. We're going to grab our other toast out. I'm going to put this in to bake and we're going to make our avocado toast. All right, here's our other piece. See how much it's much more darker because we left it in because I like it crunchy. I'm going to use some avocado mash. This is 2 points this cup, but I'm going to use half because I only have 1 piece of toast. You can use all of it if you want. Honestly, it's your breakfast. You want to use all of it, then go right ahead. But half is plenty for me because it's just an accompaniment to this. You spread your avocado. That's cool. In there. And I'm topping mine today with Trader Joe's citrus garlic. The pickle is good as well, but the citrus garlic is my personal favorite for avocado toast. And that would be fabulous just as is. You could put an egg on top. Fantastic. You could put a Laughing Cow cheese before you put the avocado would be fantastic as well. Hummus. If you have some hummus, avocado toast would be fantastic. A little smear of hummus on, then you put your avocado. Another great tip. So that's 3 different avocado toasts I just mentioned. The Laughing Cow is really good. I call that Laugh-Avocado toast. I need my toast. But today we're going to put some of these sun-dried tomatoes that are not packed in oil. They're just dried. I come into my local Amish bulk store. That's you could use fresh tomatoes as well, would be fantastic. Just gonna do that. And these are 0 points because there's no oil. Look at that. So you have another fun way to have avocado toast. Simple, yet effective. So we could save this for lunch, or maybe Peter will eat it when he comes down. But there are 2 different ways to use the 647 bread. Let's taste. I gotta wait for our other one to get done. Out of the oven, it's getting all nice and bubbly. It's delicious. It makes a great dessert. You don't want to have at night. I mean, how much cottage cheese did we use? We used 2 tablespoons. I'll have to figure those points out for you. But the serving is a ½ cup, and we did not use ½ cup. We used 2 tablespoons, which you can call maybe an 1/8 cup. So we were gonna figure those points out, and I'll get that out of the oven. All right, I just took our Danish out of the oven, and there's our avocado toast. Let's have the savory one first. But see, I mean, look how well this bread holds up. For a light bread to not, that's some good bread, so. Take notice of the crunch. If that's what I taste, that's important. It's important to know that that bread crunches, because that's what you want. That's what you don't want to sacrifice, that crunch, because that's satisfaction. Delicious. Oh, like I said, if leave here with this video with putting Laughing Cow cheese, avocado, and toppings, an egg, or avocado, hummus, an egg, or all 3 I've done. Laughing Cow cheese, avocado, and hummus, and an egg. It's just ridiculously delicious, and it's minimal in points. Like I said, 2 tablespoons of this is 1 point. There's a lot of cottage cheese on here. It's a dessert. So you can have dessert for breakfast. Both of these toasts together are 3, 4, 5 points. You can add an egg on the one and really have a nice, delicious, filling breakfast. So, how do you like these recipes? What do you think? Like I said, any light bread would do this, would work. I'm just a fan of the 647. But if you have like Sara Lee, whatever light bread that you can get your hands on, definitely will work. So there's a few recipes. I hope you enjoyed this video of light bread, deep dive. Also, if you want to make breadcrumbs, let that sit out, get nice and crusty. Load a food processor, make some light breadcrumbs. You also can make a crouton out of it. You know, toast in the oven. I would do a little butter spray, some garlic, because my crouton's got garlic, and make a crouton out of it. I mean, it's a great little 1-point piece of bread. You can do many, many things with this and make a great peanut butter sandwich. Let's call that out there. You have 3 points for 2 slices. You can make some powdered peanut butter up for 1 point. You want to put jelly in there? Hey, I just put fruit, but you want to put jelly? Go ahead. A great low point, satisfying sandwich. And I think a lot of us miss satisfaction. We give up things because we really can't fit them in. So you can find like, it's a healthy swap. There's nothing wrong with light bread. Sometimes it might not be satiating enough. That's where I came to a point where I felt like I wanted more. But honestly, it's a choice you make. If it's good enough, if you feel that you're content with it, then I say go for it. You know, it's not a bad bread to have for the rest of your life. You know, if this is the bread I'd have to eat, I'd be happy the fact that I could have bread. I'm eating bread. There's nothing, you know, It is bread. 7 grams of fiber in each slice of this. That's incredible. 40 calories, 6 grams of net carbs per slice. So definitely if you can get 647 in your area, it's a nice little bread. Like I said, they do have it on Nutrition. I do have 10% off. If you ever happen to want to go on Nutrition, let me know. Other than that, like I said, it's makes great side of toast with your scrambled eggs. A little bit of, smear of jelly on there. It's delicious. It really is. It's satisfying, like you're eating bread. I feel like having something that feels like the old you, but a little bit lightened up, is what keeps me on plan, or kept me on plan. I'm getting back there. It definitely is, it's a little bit of a sacrifice compared to heavier breads, but honestly, it's not that big of a sacrifice when you realize you're still having bread. Like, would I rather have this or rather have none? It's great to have, like, you save the higher point breads for special occasions, but for everyday bread, this is what you should be having. And then you have the special occasions where you have the nice Italian bread, you have the nice sourdough bread on those special occasions, but I couldn't have that kind of bread every day. But to have this option is a great thing. So that is it for me. I hope you enjoyed this little video that turned into a video. So if you did, give it a thumbs up. And if you're new here, welcome. I am Denise. We dish all kinds of fun topics. I have a whole load of videos you can catch up on. I do a lot of these, I don't know what you call them, just like informative videos, breaking down a food item. I've broken down powdered peanut butter. I've broken down skinny syrups. I've broken down powdered sugar-free pudding mix, protein drinks, protein powders, what you can do with them on your healthy lifestyle. There's a lot of them out there. Just what has helped me, what I do to incorporate those into my life and try to make it seem somewhat, it's the new life. It's the, you have to make changes. What you didn't work. So how could I still enjoy some things and fit it into life? So that's what this channel is all about. So if you know anybody that needs a little bit of encouragement, share this video with anybody you think that might find this a little bit helpful. And let me know in the comment section below, what do you want to try first? I know a lot of you are probably going to go for the stuffed French toast. That is phenomenal. And I'm telling you, and there's different ways to stuff it. I've made pumpkin pie stuffed French toast, cannoli stuffed French toast. I mean, you have that base. You have all those varieties of sugar-free pudding flavors. You could tweak them. And like I said, you could just adjust it. That's what I meant to say. Adjust it to different flavors. Banana cream pie. It's endless. Like, you use the banana pudding mix. You put sliced bananas, like banana cream pie, stuffed French toast. It's like, it feels like you're eating something so naughty, but you're eating yogurt and light bread. And it's good. It's protein. It's good for you. So you will definitely leave that meal very satisfied. Yeah. You're like, wow, this. And people go, that's a healthy lifestyle food? That's weight loss food? Yeah. It is. So that's how we have to make our food seem like it used to seem, but with healthier swaps out. I made that up. So if you haven't hit that subscribe button, join us here at Dish with D, where I'm helping you figure those out. So join us here, and I will dish with you another day. Thanks for watching.